Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about the CITI Bike nurse incident. First of all, she is not a nurse. She is a physician's assistant. Now, if you haven't seen the viral video already, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. Now, Nate, the lawyer, is a very good content creator. I watched his video that he posted about an hour after he posted it this morning. Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. He actually is an attorney, so I will take his word over anything and over any social media people. I'm going to react to his video. He posted this video about 5 hours ago, 92,000 views already. Ben Crump and Dr. Rashad Ritchie, delete evidence in fear of defamation lawsuit. He put out a really good video there. That was 3 days ago. Yeah. So Benjamin Crump is an infamous race hustler. So is Mr. Ritchie. He's with the Young Turks, of course. So they're all about dividing people. And so now they're backpedaling because she has an attorney, and her attorney said, we're going to be filing defamation lawsuits. If you don't know the behind the story, this woman rents a CITI bike. Now, these are these rentable scooters from New York City and in major cities all over, so people can get from A to B. Now, when you're done with the bike, you can, first of all, you can either scan the bike with your phone on the bike, or you could use the app. So Sarah Comrie was walking out of Bellevue Hospital as her job as a physician's assistant after working 12 hours. Now, Sarah is also 6 months pregnant. So she uses the app and walks up to the CITI bike, and it's active already. It's lit up. This kid is sitting on it. She says, hey, this is my bike, and an argument and a scuffle ensues. Now, he's got his elbow on her pregnant belly. So she's saying, get off. You know, I'm not trying to make any excuses for her, because I think they both acted a really childish. But coming from a pregnant woman's standpoint, being 6 months pregnant, you are very uncomfortable. Your emotions are going absolutely bonkers. And this kid could have just gotten off the bike. He had docked it 6 minutes prior. The sister puts out a video, right? And basically tells on her brother. The reason why I'm doing this video in the first place, oh boy, wouldn't you know it, they put out a GoFundMe. Yep, it has raised $50,000 already, and it's so frivolous. Let me just pull this up real quick and show you guys how ridiculous this is. Okay, the family of the young man in the CITI bike incident. Here's the TikTok video of his sister telling everybody how Sarah Comrie weaponized her whiteness. She was the video that she posted on TikTok was very racially charged. It was very upsetting to see. It was very slanderous, a lot of defamation. She tells everybody that he docked the bike and it had been docked for 6 minutes, meaning when you're done with the bike, you dock it and you move on. Nope. He looked at the lady coming out of the hospital, going up to the bike, but we don't know what happened before that because the video wasn't posted. All right. We are assisting the young man who Sarah Comrie assaulted over a CITI bike. Pay attention to this word right here. Assaulted. He was assaulted? Oh, okay. Never knew that. Never knew he was assaulted. Didn't see that. Her supporters are the right-leaning media have propagated the narrative, and your supporters are the left-leaning media. So why don't you say that? She was the victim. To support the narrative, she was a victim. They have worked diligently to defame the young man, his acquaintances, and his family to portray her as a victim. She's a pregnant woman. In no way, shape, or form should a young man put his hands on a pregnant woman or treat one like that. But that's okay. He didn't come from one or anything, so how would he know any better, correct? Huh. And of course, the left-leaning media has made this all about race. However, only one journalist has interviewed the family and the young man. The family requires assistance to bring his tale to light and defend themselves against the false allegations. Due to safety concerns, their identities and that of the young man, who is a minor, are also going to be concealed. The funds will be distributed directly to the family. We're merely facilitating the situation. who knows if they'll get it. Any fees are not used for the lawyer, will go for the family. Attaches the interview where you could read his side of the story for the very first time. Let's see it. Mother of in City Bike video speaks out. No one bothered to ask him what happened. We saw what happened, ma'am. We saw what happened. Here, let me close this ad. Michael and Mary are eager to talk to me, but Betty, their mother, are reluctant to let Michael speak to anybody. He's only 17. He was old enough to be on that bike posting a video, and it's viral. So if he's old enough to do that, ma'am, let him speak to the reporter. Michael is a teen in the infamous City Bike video with Sarah Jane Comrie. Now this woman, look at this. The woman who has been accused of weaponizing whiteness and her tears in an effort to take the bike from a teen in New York City. He was done with the bike. So, and Nate the lawyer put out a good video. Even Raci had said, this bike, he's a thief. That's what they said. I didn't say it. They said it. So basically, they're not letting me read the bike. Oh, that's great. Or the article. So they have a GoFundMe. It's now raised $50,000. What I would suggest to you guys, I think you can report this. Somehow, some way. How you can? Oh, you can report this as a false campaign. Now, Sarah Jane Comrie she's got a GoFundMe herself, but unlike this teen that's in hiding and too much of a little boy to talk to anybody, she was doxed. Dr. Rashad Ritchie from the Young Turks was instrumental. Benjamin Crump as well, instrumental in telling people her name, showing people where she worked, sending the left-leaning media to her apartment where she was subsequently kicked out. So she gets doxed. She gets the job at Bellevue. People called and complained. They put her on administrative leave, and she's removed from her home. And you don't expect her to get an attorney if she was in the right. She provided the receipts. The lawyer provided receipts. I'm going to pull up Nate the lawyer's video on this because I want to show you guys how they deleted the video. This is 20 minutes long. This one is here.
The Karenicity is unbelievable. Put up the picture. We got her name, where she works, her boss. I want to remind you of a couple of things that happened in this video.
This is sick. I've seen this before.
Is telling, right? You know, she said, and I quote, "You are hurting my fetus, my unborn child."
So in that GoFundMe, it says she assaulted him. So when have you ever seen a white woman, or any woman for that matter, approaching 5 black kids to take a bike from them? When? When in history? Now, I've done some TikTok videos on here. Do you know that someone had the audacity to compare this case to the Emmett Till case? I shit you not. When I saw that comment, I said, you are absolutely absurd for what you just said. This is nothing like Emmett Till. Emmett Till, if you guys aren't familiar with this case, just Google it. His mother, Emmett Till's mother, had his coffin open for everybody to see what had happened to Emmett Till. What happened to Emmett Till was a tragedy. Emmett Till was falsely accused of, I think, wolf whistling or whatever, cat calling a woman, a white woman, back in I think it was the 50s or something like that. So he was literally beaten so badly that he was unrecognizable. He didn't even look human. And the pictures, I've seen the pictures once in my life, and I've never looked at them again because they're truly haunting and very traumatizing to see. And I know why his mother did that, but to imagine what that mother went through to have to bury her son like that. And yes, this country has been full of racial injustices. We understand that. But in today's age, whiteness is being weaponized by the mainstream media, the leftist media, It's always, if they will always report on and mass report it, it'll go viral if it's a white person against a black person. But they say nothing about just in Oklahoma, there was a gentleman, a black gentleman, who shot 2 white people execution style simply for being white because he wanted to. There's all kinds of other news like that, but you won't hear it. You don't see people protesting in the streets when there is an innocent black kid. Maybe he's on his way to school and a stray bullet hits him and he's killed, because only if it's a white person. They perpetuate the division and the hatred. And here is the Young Turks. And now Rashad Ritchie is backing up, backpedaling. Holy crap. Because her lawyer says I'm suing. So let's play this. I just want to show you, where the hell did she assault him? She's a 6-month pregnant woman. She's a physician's assistant. She's a caregiver.
Did you all hear that part? She said that. Why did she say that?
Because his hand's on his belly.
Her argument to do what she's attempting to do.
Sir, his elbow is in her stomach. Yeah, she's probably in fear of losing her child.
Which is theft under any other circumstance. We will call this attempted theft.
Is there any cause of action you guys are contemplating against some of these media organizations unless they tell the story fairly, or at least issue some kind of retraction about what they called and did to your client, and she now is getting death threats?
At this point, the bell has rung. Every news organization that has called her Karen, called her a racist, called her a thief.
Don't worry, sir. I'm going to be getting your email address, and I'm going to be forwarding a bunch of TikToks to you. Tizzy, E-N-T, of course, Danish, whatever his name is, Dinesh. I don't even know what his name is, but I'm definitely sending him the videos. I called him out for calling her a Karen, which is a racist slur towards white women who complain too much or stick up for themselves. She was listed as a Karen for sticking up for herself. Let me find out. You know what? If this ever happens to me, you best bet I'm going to stick up for myself.
We will be looking at them for purposes of
I don't care
filing
who you
defamation
are.
claims. And the purpose of that is to ensure that no individual is ever subject to the disaster that my client is presently going through.
Okay, did you hear what he said? The lawsuits will be going forward for calling her a Karen, perpetuating hate, doxing, ruining somebody's life. Because guess what? When they win, which they will, because he has provided receipts and the video even shows. I want to see the whole video, and I hope that this lawyer goes and looks around for businesses in the area that have surveillance videos. I'm sure the hospital does, since this docking station was right outside of Bellevue Hospital. Hint, hint, sir. Probably the first place you should look, because they might have audio as well, leading the evidence leading up to when the camera was put on. Because as we already know, the media likes to cut and slice and edit and put things together and not show us the whole picture so they can fearmonger and divide us even more. Now, the people that are sticking up for this kid based solely on his skin color, it's ridiculous, and it's so saddening to see. If he was in the right, I would be sticking up for him, and I was at first. After all the facts came out, nope, you lost me, kid. You lost me. So if this lawyer files this defamation suit and he wins, that sets a precedence. That says if this happens again, any lawyer or anybody that this happens to better get a lawyer and prove Comrie versus so-and-so versus the state of New York, which I hope they sue the city. I hope they sue everybody. It sets precedence and says, if this case won, here's the precedent, this is why I can sue, then I wish they're doing a really good service to stop this hatred and division and defamation and slander and doxing and ruining somebody's life. I like this guy, man. He is so cool. Nate the lawyer.
All right, so the media's in trouble. There's about to be massive defamation lawsuits that are going to happen to a lot of our left-wing media outlets and to some attorneys. Some attorneys like Benjamin Crump is in trouble because unfortunately they defamed this woman. So here's the headline from Fox News. Attorney for NYC hospital worker slams media after viral bike video dispute. Without question, she's been defamed. Now, we say that a lot of times, but let's go through the facts of what actually happened so I can show you that, yeah, it looks like she's been defamed. So if it's your first time here, this is the way we do our thing. We look at the facts. We look at...
What is that? What are those? Well, let's blow this one up, Nate. I hope you don't mind I'm using your video, sir. I will link Nate's channel down in the description of this video. I will link the original video as well. Please go subscribe to Nate the Lawyer. He's got some really good content. He focuses a lot on the facts, and that is why I follow him. I follow him on Twitter and on YouTube. So please go ahead and follow Nate the Lawyer. He's awesome.
The law, we look at the spin from both sides, and then you make the conclusion. So let's just jump right into it.
And every video after Nate, he says, if I've gotten anything wrong, please list it down in the comments. But you know, I've never seen it where you got it wrong, Nate. You might have some point in your career or your life because you're a human being. So I've never challenged you, though, because you know more than I do about the law.
Let's talk about the facts. What happened in this case? So here are the stone cold facts. On May 12, 2023, this woman has gone to a city bike rack to pick up her bike. Now, these are the facts. She's just completed a 12-hour shift. She's 6 months pregnant, and she rented the city bike remotely, so by the time she gets to the bike rack, she can pick it up.
Okay, let's go back. 12-hour shift at Bellevue Hospital, being a physician's assistant. You know they're on their feet for those whole 12 hours, right? Nope, they're not a fast food worker or a Starbucks worker that is like this all day. I'm going to post a video to TikTok and dance on my phone and post TikToks all day. No, this woman works her ass off, and she's 6 months pregnant. She had paid for the city bike before she even left the hospital. So by the time she's walking up to the dock, it gives her a serial number of which bike is hers to rent. So naturally, she's going to walk to that bike. I'm just saying.
Pregnant, and she rented the city bike remotely, so by the time she gets to the bike rack, she can pick it up. Now, when she arrives at the bike rack to the bike that she's just checked out, she sees this man on her bike taking it away. Now, it's something I
have to point something out here. Look at what his shirt says. Now, how could I expect anything different from this young man? His shirt even says childish. Well, you don't say. That's so crazy. It's so crazy that he, on this day, chose to wear this shirt. Wow, I didn't notice that before until now.
have to mention to you guys. There's a common scam that goes on in NYC when it comes to city bikes.
Oh, and I think, Nate, are you from New York? I don't know. I'm going to try to get a hold of Nate somehow, some way, because I'd like to do a podcast with him. You know, he said he's used them before, so I'm going to back it up.
I have to mention to you guys. There's a common scam that goes on in NYC when it comes to city bikes. See, there are people who wait by the bike racks, waiting until someone checks out the bike. And the reason why they do that is because they essentially want to steal bikes that were rented by other people. And if that was to happen, where if someone steals a bike that you rented, that's on your account, then Citibank is going to charge you $1,200 to replace that bike because you are allegedly the person that took it out. So when this woman gets to the bike rack, she sees this guy on her bike, the bike that she's rented, claiming that he took it out.
Holy crap! So wait a minute. Wait a freaking minute. So if you rent a city bike and somebody's waiting there by the rack, and you know this, because if you're renting city bikes religiously, like in New York City, where are you going to park your car, man? It's crazy. They park cars on top of cars. Driving through New York City is absolutely absurd. I've been there. I know exactly what the traffic's like. So she uses a city bike. She's 6 months pregnant. So she knows this. If she knows that, hey, I'm on the hook for 1,200 smackaroonies if somebody even steals it, yeah, I'd be pissed too. I'd be like, dude, get off the bike, man. I'm not going to pay for this. Wow, I didn't know that. Man, see, this is why I love Nate's videos, because he's so informative. He's so factual.
This guy on her bike, the bike that she's rented, claiming that
Wow, man.
he took it out.
That's
now, at this
insane.
point, we have 5 young black men and 1 woman who's 6 months pregnant and has just finished a 12-hour shift. And they are trying to take the bike that she allegedly has already paid for. So let's see.
That's crappy. If she paid for the bike, just go walk away. There's free bikes out in the racks. You could just go get another one. That is, oh, it's his bike. It's his bike. No, it isn't. It's City Bike's bike. It's not yours. You can't stake claim on it. After you docked that bike like he did, you should have walked to the next one. There were plenty of other ones for you to rent, kid. Oh, I want that one. That's mine. You can't stake claim on that. That ain't yours. That's theft if you think that it belongs to you. You're taking something that doesn't belong to you.
See what happens.
Mother.
Help! Help me! Please
Look, the
help
light's
me.
on.
Please help me! Please help me! Help!
We have 1 woman who's 6 months pregnant who's just done a 12-hour shift, and you have 5 young men who are trying to take this bike that she's rented. And I don't think she wants to pay $1,200 to allow this guy to just ride off with the bike. So she's screaming, help. Someone help her, because these guys want to take this bike.
So where is the video from before is what I want to know. We don't see her even walking up to that bike. We don't see, oh, record her. Why don't you show us everything that happened? We don't know. She could have said, hi, I rented that bike. Can you please get off of it? The light was on. When she's on this bike, the light is on. That means it is active. But he pushes her back into the dock. And that is why her credit card statement said $0. Because she couldn't even go anywhere. So we don't know if she walked up to him or not and said, hey, bud, thank you. But I'm rented that. Could you please get off? He could have been like, F you. He could have said, no. He could have said, try me. We don't even know. We don't know the facts before. But I'm hoping somewhere, somehow, in these buildings behind or around, or in that whole vicinity, that there will be surveillance or somebody else capture this on tape, and it could totally exonerate her. But still, even when you have facts, these people are so radicalized and so brainwashed that they will believe everything the lamestream media and the leftist media has sold them. My God, man.
Bike.
Please get off!
Hey, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Please get off!
Yo, don't not take it, bro. Now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Hey,
now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Help!
You're not getting
Get
the
off
bike.
me,
I'm
dude.
not. Bro,
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you?
stupid as fuck. You're not
Don't touch
touching
his
my
phone.
phone.
Do not touch his phone.
I'm not touching you. You putting your stomach on my hand.
No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down.
Please.
Even I think this kid in the purple was like, dude, it don't matter, let's just go. And no, they have to keep bickering over this bike. Where does she assault him? See, that GoFundMe is absolutely frivolous. They say it. He was assaulted. No, he wasn't. It's a cash grab. It is a cash grab, and it should be reported, and every single one of those $50,000 should be refunded. How dare you take money from somebody? And what happens? What happens when you use all of those people's money for court, and you can't fake that in a court of law? You can't come up with false documentation. And if you prove that she's still in the right, what happens to all them people's money and the waste of court time? What, it's just gone? You know what? I hope it does go to court. I hope it does go to court. I hope it is proven that he is not in the right. And every one of you who donated, oh, well, there goes your money for nothing. He has not been assaulted at all. And for anybody to ever compare this to Emmett Till, shame on you. Disgusting.
She's just crying.
You're not crying. I got
Stupid.
I got your video.
I'm drunk.
Wait, you took it out?
Point, you clearly see she is trying to push the bike back onto the bike rack to reset the bike. Now, what does that do? Well, by resetting the bike, then it clears it from her account. And this young man who's standing there,
preventing
he can
it.
easily just pay for the bike again and remove it, and there will be no problems. So she's desperately, again, this woman is 6 months pregnant. These are 5 men who are yelling and screaming at her, and she's just trying to reset the bike by putting it back into the bike rack to lock it, so there is no issue when it comes to who's being charged for the bike in case something happens.
Hassan, you pulled it out? Hassan.
I don't give a fuck.
Hassan, you pulled it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his. It's his.
Just reset the bike. Neither one of you will get charged. And then you could buy it again. What's the big deal? He says, I don't give a F. This is my bike. No, sir. Your sister proved that it was not your bike. Your sister proved it. You hung it up on the dock for over 6 minutes. You can't stake claim to something that's not yours. You could have just gotten another bike. The Citi Bike app gave her that number, the serial number, to the bike. And she wasn't going to let you take the bike that she paid for. What don't you understand about that? Man, I wish I could talk to this kid and talk some sense into him. Maybe he needs a better paternal or a maternal figure. Maybe he needs a more motherly figure that would absolutely protect him and tell him right from wrong. This is a pregnant woman. I don't care what skin color she is. Apparently, though, his family didn't teach him better because his sister came on TikTok and 100% went all racist. It was sad. It's sad to see because racism is taught. Kids aren't racist. They're not born racist. They're taught that. They learn it. It's a learned behavior. And judging from what his sister said, yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Mom and dad might still be like that. Where's the dad at?
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You see what happened? Another guy comes up and says, hey, let's just reset the bikes, right? And then you take it out on your account. Nobody's going to be charged, right? The bike didn't go anywhere. But
True.
They specifically say, no, we don't want to reset the bike.
Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his. It's his. It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
I don't give a fuck.
And everyone was saying she was fake crying. Let me tell you what. When I was 6 months pregnant, I would cry over M&M's commercials. The stupidest stuff. Your emotions are oh so high. You're not normal when you're pregnant. You're just not. Your brain ain't there. All of your nutrients are being absorbed by that baby. And the slightest, if he would have injured her, knocked her down in any way, she could have lost her kid, her baby. It's sad, man. It's sad that it was weaponized into a race issue when it's not. It's an argument over a bike. And now they're asking people for a handout. Of course you are. Of course you are. A real innocent person wouldn't do that. She has every right to. She almost lost her job. She was put on leave. She lost her home. She had to leave her home because the media was showing up at her home. They turned all of her neighbors against her. And she was labeled as a racist and a bigot. She never said one thing racist. This is sad. It's a shame. Now, she was dropping the N-bomb. Yeah, you know what? By all means, label her as a racist, but she wasn't. So, yeah, I hope she sues. She deserves to. 100%. It's about time people like this are held accountable for ruining other people's lives. Cancel culture, it's time we cancel it.
We don't care. We want to take the bike.
Childish.
Now, why wouldn't you want to reset the bike? Just to end any confusion. That's because this seems like, again, I'm going to use the word allegedly here, that this is part of that whole scheme to just wait by the bike rack. Somebody takes a bike out, checks the bike out, and they take it and then claim that they've actually rented it. So again, this guy comes out of nowhere and says, hey, just reset the bike. This is not even a big deal.
Well, I don't think he just came out of nowhere, Nate. I think he came out of the hospital, Bellevue. That's where she worked. She's on leave, by the way, because people were calling her boss and harassing her to her boss. She's a pregnant woman. You got a woman kicked out of her home, called a racist, and her job? You're taking her job from her? For what? For what? What warrants that? I don't want to hear not a nothing from anybody who's never been pregnant. Oh, she acted like this. Let me tell you, I've acted the same way pregnant. I cried over M&M's commercial. My goodness. My hormones still ain't been right after my youngest is 5. The man was working at Bellevue. He's got the same outfit on, same scrubs. This lady was in her scrubs.
He refused They refused to reset the bike.
Sick.
Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Well, that's because it's my opinion that they were trying to have her pay for the bike that this guy is going to ride.
Please
All
move.
right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his. It's his. It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You are acting.
Walk. I don't give a fuck.
That's just my fake crying.
Guys,
It's fake crying. Stop fake crying.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't you take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will.
Exactly. So take
Fuck out of
it.
here.
So take it.
You're stupid ass. Fuck out of here. Dumbass. The baby gonna come out with
Wait, how you stop crying?
So now the hospital worker has provided this receipt that shows on May 12th, 2023 in the evening that she rented bike 5603915 from that particular bike.
Here, let's blow this up so y'all can see it. On May 12th, 2023, at around 7-something p.m., this is the serial number 5603915. I'm sorry, it's a little bit blurry, you guys. Let's back it up just a smidgen here so we can see it a little bit clearer. There we are. Thanks for riding with us. It gives a precise pinpointed location. Let me make sure I give a like for Mr. Nate, the lawyer's page here, because he's doing a phenomenal job. A very unbiased, factual opinion, and I 100% do I appreciate Nate for what he does. I think it's great that he, as a lawyer's standpoint, that we get to see that. Pay attention to this big circle. 5603915, because that's the same exact bike that's in the video. It's sad, you guys.
From that particular bike rack. Now, this gentleman was saying that he also rented the bike at the same time. Now, we see here from the same video that we saw of the altercation, as you can see, the bike that they're arguing over, the bike.
Okay, I want to try to find if I could see the serial number.
That he has his hand on is 5603915.
There it is, 5603915. They have serial numbers on them.
The exact same number as on the receipt presented by the hospital worker. So now we have a receipt from this woman who says that she rented this bike on that day in the evening, and we have this unidentified man who's shown no proof or anything. Matter of fact, people don't even know who this guy is. And he's claiming he rented the bike, but no one has any receipts or anything to even show that he even has a claim. So,
okay, so we're going to fast forward and we're going to take a look now at the video that his sister has put out. Oh man, this is so bad, you guys. It is so bad because the racism is so sick, man. It is sad. It is sad. All right. All right, here's the video. I don't know if he's gonna show her whole TikTok video or not, but I don't remember if I seen this morning. All right, let's go here. Let's go here.
So we have a major development in the CITI BIKE Karen story. The 5 young men who were allegedly trying to
This is the
steal
update.
This woman's bike have come forward with receipts of their own and their own description of what happened that day. So let's review what they're saying happened and see if it conforms with reality.
Love this guy, man. Again, Nate, thank you. Please, again, you guys, subscribe to Nate. He is amazing. And I love the fact that he's a lawyer and he knows the law. He's actually, I think he's from New York, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check on that. But I really do enjoy his content. I do. Hit that subscribe
So for those of
button
you who
Nate.
don't know the story, here's a quick recitation of the facts. On May 12th, 2023, bike number 5603915 was rented by this man. This man says he picked up the bike at 6:33 p.m. and he docked it at 7:19 p.m. Now from 7:19 p.m. to 7:24 p.m., the bike was parked and available for anybody to use.
7:19 to what? That was 6 minutes, I believe. 7:19 to 25 after? Yeah.
We now know that this hospital employee rents the bike at 7:24 p.m. right outside the hospital. She's just finished a 12-hour shift and she's 6 months pregnant.
While it is docked, it's in the dock. So CITI Bike, when she rented it from the app, gives her a serial number because the bike was inactive. I have to spell this out to some people because they still argue the fact that that's his bike. If it was his bike and if he was using it, then CITI Bike wouldn't have rented it out to this woman right here. This pregnant woman right here.
She goes to the docking station and unlocks this same bike. Here's how it works.
You can either scan the QR code found at the handlebar of a bike, or you can manually input the ID of the bike, which is located near the bike chain. Doing this will unlock the bike and you can take it for a ride. To end your ride, simply find an open dock at any station, ideally one near your destination.
So this is a very important fact, because I highly doubt she walked up to a bike that a black kid, along with 4 of his friends, were sitting on and around. So this tells me, which we don't see because, of course, the video starts with her already on the bike and him grabbing the handlebars. So where's the video of what happened before? How did she, the TikTok claims she impaled herself on the bike. Where's the video evidence to prove that? I think what happened is she walked up to this bike, either scanned it with the app or put in the serial number, got on the bike, and they swarmed. That's my bike. That's my bike. That's what happened. Mark my words. Mark my words. I bet you $500 that's what happened.
Dock your bike and make sure to wait for the green light and the sound of a click indicating that the bike is locked. To be super sure, you can try and pull the bike out to make sure it's secured.
So
Good
the hospital
point.
worker rented the bike and removed it to take it home. That's why you see the light on the bike pink to show that the bike is now rented. Now, this man who rented the bike 5 minutes earlier claims that the bike is on his account, even though he's docked it. Now, it can't be on his account because the hospital worker has provided receipts showing that she rented the bike at 7:24. So this man then rescans the bike after he forcibly pushes it back and docks it again, removing it from this woman's account. And then he scans the bike at 7:25, putting it back on his account. The bike is then docked again at about 7:31 at the same location. He actually doesn't ride the bike anywhere. Now, these are the stone cold facts based on the receipts and evidence that have been provided by both parties. And the
So he doesn't even ride the bike anywhere. He just did that just to do it. Wow. What a fight over a bike that you claim is yours, but yet you don't even take it anywhere. Huh. Okay, then. Okay. Well, I guess this lawyer's going to have a field day in court. Get him. Get them all, including this sister right here. I hope he sees this video.
video that was taken begins at 7:24 p.m. when the hospital worker was renting the bike. So the bike is actually on her account. Now, last but not least, there were a number of bikes on the bike rack, so this wasn't the only bike there. So now let's review their account of what happened during this day.
The only reason why Sarah Jane Comrie was able to produce this receipt for this bicycle.
Oh, do you see who popped his head in there? Oh, Tizzy. Oh, Tizzy, the radicalized leftist. I called him out. I called him out 100% because he had the facts of the matter all wrong. And then he tries to double back. Oh, yeah, well, I was wrong. And then he goes and he doubles up on it. Oh, but she could have went to, this. You know what? Just shut up and say you're wrong, dude. That's it. That's all you got to do. Say, I was wrong. I got it wrong. And I apologize for smearing this woman and wanting people to dox her. That Dinesh dude doxed the hell out of her. We got her. We got her. He did a dance showing her Instagram, telling people, showing his followers to go ahead and dox her and harass her some more. Sick, man. I hope he gets whatever he deserves too. I do. But apparently, he put a video out, too, that says, oh, I got it wrong. But, no buts. You got it wrong. Man up.
The only reason why Sarah...
There he is, right there. Mr. Tizzy in all of his radicalized glory. He's that white knight type of person that I am the savior of all black folks. Listen, dude, come try that here in Cleveland, Ohio. Every person that I know from Cleveland down to Columbus, down to Cincinnati would tell you to go F yourself, that they have a voice of their own and don't need you to stick up for them. Sick. Can't stand when people interject like that, man. I can't. Get out of here, dude. Stop boycotting the people in the right. Stop trying to cancel people who are right.
Jane Comrie was able to produce this receipt for this bicycle.
Buddy, nope. I'm sorry. I'm recording a video. Can you give me a few minutes? What? It's in the car. I'll get it when I'm done, okay? Thank you. Sorry, y'all.
Is because she jumped over this young man standing right here who had his hands on the handlebars, jumped over him, impales herself on his bike, and scans the QR code to begin the ride.
Sure she does. Sure she does. A 6-month pregnant white woman with 5 black kids standing there that are much bigger than she is. Sure, she does a Superman onto the bike, knocks him off. Where is the video evidence proving that? No, I think this is here I'm speculating. I suspect that she went up to the bike. He's seen her get up onto the bike that he already docked for 6 minutes and proceeds to start the whole scenario and kick it into overdrive, hence making her look like a bigoted racist, even though she said nothing racist. Yeah, bull crap. I call cap.
So let me put this in context for you guys. A woman who has just finished a 12-hour shift at the hospital, who is 6 months pregnant and alone, goes to the CITI bike rack that has multiple bikes on it. This is not the only bike that she has. It has multiple bikes on it. And instead of choosing a bike that's free and clear, that's open, she goes directly to this guy's bike, the one that he's actually sitting on with 4 of his friends around. And she pushes her way onto his bike, scans it, and tries to steal that one particular bike from this guy rather than take a free bike.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yep, exactly. She's a bigot. She deserves to be fired. She deserves to be doxed. She deserves to lose her house and everything because she's a Karen. My God.
That's what they want us to believe. Now, this is our first question. Does that sound reasonable?
No.
Does that sound reasonable?
How did all of this happen, and how do I know what happened?
Because you weren't there.
That young man is my little brother. Bike number 5603915.
Because and here's the 37 cents that they charged him to not go anywhere because he docked the bike again. Oh, look at this. This is absolutely disturbing.
5 was in my brother's possession from St. Nicholas Avenue, Manhattan Ave, all the way to First Avenue, East 30th Street.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
Hours of 6:33 p.m. to 7:19 p.m.
So listen to the words that she specifically
That's all they charge you
said
for
the
that? I'm
bike was
gonna
in
rent
her
them
brother's
things.
possession from 6:33 p.m. to 7:19 p.m. So after 7:19, the bike was not in her brother's possession.
Exactly. It was docked. It's no longer his. People don't understand that. You have to put it in the charging station for up to 5 minutes. No. You put it in the docking station. We've seen it what CITI Bike says until the light turns green. Then you can pull it. So I don't want to hear none of this shit that you guys are coming up with these excuses. Oh, he had to dock it for 5 minutes because he has to reset the bike so he doesn't get charged. No. CITI Bike just said all you have to do is push it in, wait till the light turns green, and hear the click, and then you can pull on it to see. Oh yeah, this is getting good, you guys. This is like the latest soap opera, I tell you. I'm not going to call it white versus black like they are. I'm going to call it right versus wrong. And he's in the wrong. And this sister, you weren't there. You weren't there. So you're only going off of what he told you, and you just inadvertently told on your brother. You took him off. I said this yesterday. You took him off the CITI Bike and threw him under the city bus, sister. All right. Let's see what Nate has to say.
But hopefully she'll expound upon that.
At 7:19 p.m., they dock the bikes. Sarah Jane Comrie walks up to them, asks, "Hey guys, can I use one of you guys' bikes?" She says this as there are other bikes sitting idle at the bike rack.
Now, this makes absolutely no sense. There are other bikes at the bike rack, essentially identical bikes.
I'm going to say this is what happened, and I hope they find this video evidence. She walks up to after she leaves her 12-hour shift as a pregnant woman at Bellevue Hospital, as a physician's assistant, mind you, she's not some scumbag off the streets. She's not a scammer. She works hard for her money. Yeah, went to school for, I don't know, probably 12 years or so to get that physician's assistant job. Yeah. She walks out, she scans the bike, she gets on it. Hey, that's my bike. And he jumps on it, and he tries to pull it away from her. That's what happened. That's why the light was already on.
The hospital worker actually rode
Roman, don't
bike
go outside.
Home. So we are to believe that she walks past all those
Wait till I'm
empty
done,
bikes
bud.
and directly to them and says, hey,
Nope,
I want to use your bike
Wait till
instead
I'm
of one of
done.
the empty bikes. Again, does that sound
Almost
reasonable?
Couple
to
more
you?
minutes, okay?
Really? Does that sound reasonable?
They politely decline. She asks them again.
I'm sorry that when the guy asked to dock the bike, he politely declined. Did he politely decline there too? Because I swear I heard F you, F off, F no. That's not politely, sweetheart. Roman, just wait a minute, buddy.
Mentioned that she's pregnant, and they still decline.
So she's begging them to take one of their bikes, even though there are multiple bikes, identical bikes, that she can take. Does this sound credible to you?
No.
It sounds like she's full of shit. This sounds like a lie. This makes no sense in reality. Why would this woman coming from a 12-hour shift, 6 months pregnant, walk past a whole bunch of empty bikes that no one is using and go to the one bike that 5 guys are surrounding and want to use that bike? Make it make sense, people.
Politely decline.
Make it make
she
sense,
asked them
people.
again, mentioned that she's pregnant, and they still decline. Then,
Sure.
with my brother standing
they
next to
do.
the bike with his hands on the handlebars.
Hang on, buddy.
She jumps onto the bike, sits on the bike, and scans the QR code, thus beginning her ride.
Wait.
Mind you, the bike was in my brother's possession at this time.
Those nails
this
are ridiculous, dude. How do you wipe your ass with those nails?
From 6 minutes after the previous ride ended. As you can see, 7:25 p.m.
Ah, you just told
Previous
on your
ride
brother.
ended 7:19 p.m. These gentlemen, these boys, did not steal this bike from Sarah Jane Comrie.
Okay.
And there's a GoFundMe. I need money. I need money. Gimme, 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 gimme. Hence why they have a GoFundMe set up now, which you foolish people have donated $50,000 to. Oh my gosh. I can't even. Some people are so damn gullible, it's not even funny.
Let me understand. Make it make sense, people.
Make it make sense.
They docked
Help.
the bike at 7:19, and now it's
Oh my
available
God.
for anyone to use. Anyone can use that bike. The hospital worker goes and uses the bike. And then they come back and say, no, it's still our bike. Even though we've docked it, even though it's available for anybody, it's still our bike. That's not the way it works. And then they seemingly try to take it from her. Because, again, she scanned the bike. She's undocked the bike. She has possession of the bike. They've admitted it couldn't have been in the brother's possession because it's in her possession. So you know what this sounds like? It sounds like they're trying to run another scam on us.
There it is. Scam, scam, scam. But there's a part where she says that...
I put the receipt on it.
Oh, thank you for putting the receipt on my keys, please. Thank you.
That makes the keys look cool.
Does it? Here's a vitamin for you, baby. There you are. All right, go sit on the couch while I'm done. Nate said it. I said it too. It is a 100% scam. This is a cash grab. Feel bad for this young boy. He's so innocent. Yeah, by the mouth of his. I'm sure. He's so innocent, right? He's so innocent that he would do that to a pregnant woman. No. Roman,
They're
don't
trying
come
to
around here,
scam
please.
us to
Don't come around here.
believe that the brother always had possession of the bike, even though
No,
their receipt
no.
says otherwise. Their receipts, again, this is their receipts. Their receipt says he did not have the bike.
No, I can't. You can't be on my video. Oh, thank you.
I told you to give me your phone.
No.
Give me your phone while you're working.
No, I can't do that right now. Okay.
You have to. You have to.
I will come. Hey,
I need.
if you go back upstairs and sit on a couch, I might take you to the park if you're lucky. If you're good. If you're good and if you listen to mommy.
Okay, I'll go upstairs.
All right. I appreciate you listening to me. You're such a good boy. Okay, just look over the toilet. If you want to spray them, you can. Thank you. Is it empty? It's okay. Just put in whenever you can. I guarantee you my boy will never be raised like that. I guarantee you my boy will be raised with love. My boy will be showing respect to women, especially to pregnant women. Heck, he's only 5 and he opens the door for me already. Know that. And he doesn't talk back to me. And when I tell him no, it's no. Clearly, this kid here, this childish kid, has been led astray somewhere in his life where he was taught not to respect anybody that looks like this woman. And it's sad, man. I could tell. Because what his sister said was beyond racist. Weaponize her white tears. Why do you even have to bring up the fact that she's white? Why? You don't think we got eyeballs? You don't think we can see that?
He gave it up.
Upstairs,
Video
please.
started being recorded at 7:24 p.m., close to 7:25.
If the video's recorded at 7:24 p.m., what do we know? We know at 7:24 p.m., she had rented the bike.
The bathroom. Go
the
to
bike
bathroom,
was
okay.
legally hers. And if someone tries to take the bike that she's legally rented, that means they are doing what? What are they doing if they're trying to take the property that you are entitled to because
they're stealing? They're stealing it. Yeah.
you are renting? You know who I'm going to let answer that question? Dr. Richard Ritchie. I'm going to let him
Oh, sir, I mean, he's a handsome guy, man. He really is. But, sir, you're one of the biggest race hustlers. I hope that this story taught you a lesson. Why don't you use your platform to unite people? I understand division sells, but it breaks my heart that you would even do this. You deserve better. Your audience deserves better. I guess whenever you mention unity, you're looked at like you're wearing a tinfoil hat. You're made fun of. I know I have been a copious amount of times. And it's so disheartening, but I'll keep going. No one's going to stop me. Yeah, it's really sad, man.
answer the question of what happens if young men go up to this white woman and try to take the bike that she's obviously rented.
Which is theft under any other circumstance. We will call this attempted
Don't
theft.
touch that heater,
If the black
okay?
male went up to the white female who paid for her opportunity to utilize the device and he decided to grab it and try to take it, we will call that clearly attempted theft.
So before we break down the rest of this video, here's a quick word from our video sponsor. Now,
all right, so, you know, even Rashad Ritchie is backing up, you know, the claims that it was her bike. It was her bike and this kid tried stealing it, and it's so sad, you know. You know, there's so many people who protest for the people that are in the wrong. Like the George Floyd incident. They're just trying to make this another George Floyd. The media is always looking for the newest George Floyd to divide people even more. And I think that's so pathetic. It's so sad. Okay, we're getting into the video part where she says, she weaponized her white tears. This is disgusting. They need to do some soul searching, but of course they don't care because they're asking for handouts from the public now, donations in the form of money. Not moral support, but monetary support.
My brother's ride that was in the previous screenshot starts at 7:25. The initial ride where my brother rode the bike all the way over to this bike dock ended at 7:19 p.m. There were a number of bikes at the bike rack already there when she arrived. She still proceeded to try to take the bike from my brother. Help, help, help. Trying to make it seem like these boys stole this bike from her. The bike is on my brother's account.
no, it is not. It was not on your brother's account. It is on her account. She has provided receipts. You provided receipts that your brother had the bike before. You've provided receipts to show your brother had it after. But at the time that this altercation happened at 7:24, the person who legally had possession of the bike, who rented the bike, was this woman. So your brother trying to take the bike, as you've admitted, trying to take the bike from this woman was essentially trying to take her property. That's what you're saying.
Told you I'd seen receipts.
Here is their professional spin doctor, and watch him spin this story like a top.
I cannot stand him. I cannot stand the way he uses his platform to divide people and seem like, oh, I am this savior. You know what, sir? That tells me a lot. That tells me you're hiding something. That tells me you are a sham. Listen, out of all of the black friends that I have, yeah, I'd stick up for any one of them if they needed me to and if they were in a situation where it warranted it. But I don't dare try to intervene in their life in every kind of argument that they have and interject myself and say, I'll save you. I'm the big white knight. They'd look at me like I was freaking crazy. My God, man, to think that these people can't handle themselves on their own. These grown adults. This is a 17-year-old kid. You know what? He's almost an adult. He's almost an adult. He could handle himself. Clearly, he was big and bad when he was on that bike telling her to F you. This guy, I can't stand him. Another race hustler.
But let's go ahead and review some things. First and foremost, I would like to reiterate that for myself and many others that initially posted about this, we weren't talking about a stolen bike.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. She stole this bike. She stole this bike. Shut up. Let me reiterate. No, why don't you say I'm going to backpedal? I'm going to double and triple down on this and say, the way she acted, it was the way she acted. How about that? Ooh, would I love to see this guy just in real life one day. Come on up to Cleveland and try what you're doing, dude, and see what happens. You won't get far. Trust and believe that. Because guess what? We Clevelanders stick together no matter what we look like.
We didn't care about a stolen bike. It was her behavior.
Who's we? Who's we? We. I only see one of you. Is that your pronoun? We? I go by the pronoun we. Who are you talking about, we? You have to say I. The only thing I was talking about. I don't see more than one person in your video. Yeah. We. Radicalized leftists. We. Brainwashed people by the lamestream media. We. The people that listen to everything that the race hustlers, including myself, sir, say. Sick, man, he's sick. He is sick. He is a sick, twisted individual. You are guilty of something. That's why you are trying so hard.
Only became about a stolen bike after she released receipts and made claims that they were trying to steal her bike.
Well, let's go over the facts again. At 7:24, she had rented the bike. So the bike is technically hers. And what happens if someone tries to take someone's bike?
The people that rent the bike are on the hook for $1,200. For $1,200, Alex. I mean, Nate. I'll take the person who's on the hook for $1,200 if somebody steals your city bike. Nate, thank you.
That they've rented. What do we call that? Dr. Richie.
Theft.
Tell us again.
Theft.
Which is theft under any other circumstance. We will call this attempted theft if the black male went up to the white female who paid for her opportunity to utilize the device, and he decided to grab it and try to take it. We will call that clearly attempted theft.
Yeah. He should be charged criminally for this. So I can't wait for the facts of the matter of the case to come out and see how New York City handles this one. I guarantee you nothing will be done because they don't even keep violent criminals. They don't even arrest violent criminals. In fact, they arrest the people who protect their lives from the violent criminals. Time and time and time again, because their district attorney, Mr. Alvin Bragg, is what? He's funded by George Soros. That's right. All of these Soros-funded district attorneys every one of them should be removed, disbarred, and thrown in prison for not protecting the public. Sick, man.
Remember, her attorney said after a 12-hour shift, she got on an available bike, which no individuals were touching, and paid for it through the app. As she backed it up from the docking station, a group of 5 people approached her and claimed the bike was theirs. One or more of the individuals in the group physically pushed her bike with her on it back into the docking station, causing it to relock. That's her story, and his story directly contradicts hers.
We can actually check this part of the story. We can see who's telling the truth. This is fantastic. This clown has allowed us to verify who's telling the truth.
Oh my God. Did you hear what he just said? This dumbass just literally said, he pushed her bike back into the dock, meaning it was her bike, and he pushed. This dumbass still don't understand. He just told on himself. He just made himself look like the dumbass that he is. I'm going to call you Sir Dumbass from now on, because You should just change your name on Twitter or what is it, TikTok? Dude, I'm fairly new to TikTok, man. I am. They don't like me. They've already gotten rid of 3 of my accounts, and I'm sure more will come because they don't like when you tell the truth. They like that race baiting radical leftist shit over there. Yeah, the ass kissers of the left. Yeah. That's because it's ran by the Chinese Communist Party, so of course they want division. They want to see America torn apart from the inside out, and they want to see people divided. Senor Dumbass. That's what I'm going to call him. What is a good name, you guys, for Tizzy? Tizzy. Yeah, because he's always in a tizzy. Always. Dude is... Okay, so since you like to call these people Karens, dude, you are the biggest Kevin I've ever seen. Yeah, definitely. Dude bitches about everything. Like, how old are you, bro? I know I'm pushing the limit at like 43 for being on TikTok. Yeah, but you are how old? I mean, you look to be in your 50s, bro. Hang it up.
You know how? Check this out. Now, we can see from the video that at 7:24, when she had the bike and she had rented the bike, this light comes on showing that the bike is active. The bike is rented. And then we see him pushing the bike back into the dock. And then the light turns off, showing that the bike is reset. So exactly what she said happened. She rented the bike, and he comes and pushes the bike back into the dock to reset it. That's what she said. So if he says something that contradicts the video, then guess what? He's lying. This guy has proof that this guy is lying. Honesty. Thank God for the videotape.
And the receipts he provided go along with his account of what happened.
Monitors over
and
here.
They prove it no more or no less than her receipts do. And I know there's going to be people who are like, yeah, but it was docked. That proves that it was available and she scanned it. He rode at a considerable distance to get there. He was still with it. He needed it to get back to where he had come from.
Sir, he doesn't need that same... Dude, he don't need that same bike. He doesn't need the same one. He doesn't need the same one. There's other ones. He could have just picked another one. You Fruit Loop. What the hell's wrong with you, dude? How much weed did you smoke back in your day, dude? I don't know, was it sprayed with pesticides or what, Tizzy? Because you are you're absurd. You will do anything and everything to push this radical leftist agenda narrative. Dude, you're sick, man. You need help. You need help, bro. You don't need to be on TikTok. You need to do some soul searching here, dude. He needed that bike to get back. No, he didn't. He could have taken any one. Fuck out of here.
He absolutely didn't need the bike to get back to where he came from. You know how we know that? Because when he rented the bike again, he didn't take it anywhere.
Nowhere.
He left it there. He left the bike at that same spot. You know,
for 6 freaking minutes. He had rented the bike for 6 minutes, probably to make it look like I got receipts for this bike. Yeah. But there's a thing called timestamps, homie, that are going to debunk everything that you said. Yeah. I feel this guy. What do you think? We're all fucking stupid?
Know how? It's the receipts that you idiots provided to us. Look at the receipts yourself. Here, at the bottom. Your trip, 7:25 p.m. 1st Avenue and East 30th Street. The trip ends 1st Avenue, 30th Street. It didn't go anywhere. So, he's
lying. He's lying.
Straight up lying. But you know what? There's going to be idiots out there that believe this guy. This guy has...
You know what tells me the dude's lying? Is that okay, so if our cameras are here and you're looking to the left, this means you are accessing your memory bank. If you're looking over to the right, which he's looking to the right because he's looking to the left on camera, it means you're fucking lying. You're lying, bro. You are lying. I want a body language expert. I want a body language expert to dissect Tizzy. Grizzly Adams looking fucker. Listen, man, I can't stand this dude for the hatred that he perpetuates and the division that he is all for. Conservatives this. You know what? Who gives a shit, bro? Who cares if they're conservatives or liberals? Why don't you try to use your platform for good and try to unite people? Instead, no, you are all about the division. You stir the race pot every fucking time. It's about damn time you are punished for it. I hope and pray Sarah Jane Comrie, or is it Jane? I hope Sarah's lawyer pays you a hefty visit and you get that subpoena in the mail. I hope she bankrupts you, since you're morally bankrupt as they come.
500,000 followers on Twitter. It's obvious they're lying. His receipt, the receipt that they're bringing, shows that he's freaking lying. It's insane.
And how 500,000 people could follow this man is beyond me. How are you people so stupid?
And it's reasonable to believe that he believed it was still on his account, especially since there were other bikes available that she could have taken.
No, you idiot. It's not reasonable. It can't be reasonable. Why? Because the sister in your own video just said he docked the bike at 7:19 p.m. He knew the bike wasn't on his account. It was docked. So he absolutely knew that the bike was available for someone else. Why lie about this?
Thank you,
She
Nate.
literally just said that. Listen to it again.
Bike number 5603915 was in my brother's possession from St. Nicholas Avenue, Manhattan Ave, all the way to First Avenue, East 30th Street, from the hours of 6:33 p.m. to 7:19 p.m.
Now, y'all gave her a bunch of money, and they just got $50,000 for nothing, for making this woman out to be a racist that she's not. We don't even know what race that baby's going to be when it's born. We don't know who Sarah is. We don't know if she's done missions to help kids. We don't know what kind of person she is. I hope she's not a Democrat voter, because if she is, I guarantee you she'll never do that again. Because Democrat voters, the liberals, those are the real extremists. Those are the ones that are the peaceful protesters that burn shit down and riot and loot. Yeah. Those are the type of people that perpetuate this. Those are the type of people that absolutely race hustle. Those are the type of people that keep voting in these Democratic leaders that does not protect the law-abiding citizens from criminals. Quite the opposite. They're in favor of the criminals. Decriminalize everything and punish the people protecting their own lives. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Keep on voting Democrat. That's what you're going to get.
At 7:19 p.m., they docked the bikes.
So now, as someone who rides city bikes
Here it is.
all the time, he absolutely knows when you dock the bike, it's not on your account. So this guy, I don't know what, maybe they're paying this guy. Why is...
Say it again, Nate. Say it again. Maybe they're paying this guy? Those kids just did come out and say that DNC pays them to divide people.
So this guy, I don't know what, maybe they're paying this guy. Why is he just straight up lying from stuff that he's literally contradicting what she's saying? He's at the point where he has to lie so incessantly, he's contradicting her in the same 4-minute video. This is insane. Now we're at the end of the video. And let's just understand what we know to be facts. We know this woman at 7:24 rented this bike.
Let's do this.
And this young man forcibly tried to take that bike from her. Eventually, he forcibly forced the bike back into the docking station and the bike reset. Then we also know he then scanned the bike.
Light off.
And so it could be on his account. And then she went and took out another bike. And what we also know, based on the facts, is that he didn't even ride the bike anywhere. He left the bike there. So, in conclusion, this young man denied a pregnant woman this bike, not because he was using it, just to deny her the use of the bike. And what did he do with the bike? Did he need to go home?
No.
Did he need to go somewhere? He actually just left the bike right there at the docking station.
Left the bike at the docking station.
And you know who shows us that that's what he did?
His sister.
His own receipts.
His own sister. His own sister showed us absolutely what Nate just said. Now, again, why I didn't report on this really quickly and when it first came out, because I, again, myself thought she was in the wrong. But then I waited. I'm like, nah, dude, there's got to be more to this story. And thankfully, I did wait. Thankfully, I waited because I would have felt like such an a-hole having to come on here and say, Y'all, I got it wrong. We need to retire the word Karen, too. I know a bunch of them who aren't like that. And I know a whole bunch of people who aren't named Karen who are like that. And it's sad because when I see people calling people Karens, it's only people that look like me, and it sucks. Because there are people that look like me, including myself, that are good-hearted people that would help. Instead of this, I would be the one to step in. Any one of my friends could tell you I'd give you the shirt off my back. No matter what you look like. If you need me, I'm there. But I don't ever interject myself into somebody else's life unless they ask me for help. And it's such a shame that this woman was treated like such absolute, just disgracefully. She deserves to sue. What are your thoughts and comments? Thank you for joining me today, you guys. My name is Just Jen. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button as well. My Patreon will be linked in the description of the video and the end of this video. Please make sure you subscribe to Nate, the lawyer. He's so rad, man. I love the fact that you gave us just that, the facts. You can't go wrong with facts. Facts are facts. Facts don't care about your feelings either. And it's a damn shame that these people are asking for for $120,000, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They're asking for $120,000. Let's refresh this to see how many people have donated. It's at $50,018 when I clicked on the video. Oh, another $700 was just donated. Let's see who the top donors are. Solomon Hikes, I hope you get your money back. Andrew Cockrum. Here, look. Andrew Cockrum, I hope you get your $150 back. Here, I should donate and say, please give back all of these people's money. You're a scam. I should donate $1. Or here's a quarter. Call someone who cares about your scheming asses. I can't believe that they did this. She says that he was assaulted. Sorry, wrong button. She said he was assaulted over a city bike. Do you think that he was assaulted? I don't. I think it was the other way around. I think she was absolutely assaulted herself. So when I checked Sarah's, when I checked into Sarah Comrie, let's check out Sarah Comrie. Cromie, I think that's her name is. Look at this. This is okay. This is who needs the GoFundMe, you guys. Let me pull myself down here again, okay? Let me make myself a little smaller here. McMahon fire tragedy. Support for Liam's family and funeral costs. What else? Help Comrie recover from life-changing accident. Sarah Comer, 2,500. Family support. Help Pastor Bippin and Sarah in Nepal. Chrissy's journey to wellness. Help save Benny Boop. Matt needs our help. Look at all these people really need help. I don't know about this one. Sam's bucket list. Life can be. Sam is the baby of the family. He is now 4 years old. Most babies are diagnosed with having a brain tumor. Now, oh my God! You know what? Yeah. Sorry, that was wrong of me to say. Yeah, they deserve it. A kid with a brain tumor, but no, we want a kid who pushed a pregnant woman's bike back into the dock. We want your money, and if they have raised that fundraiser has raised more money than this little kid with a brain tumor. Help Brian, surround Brian with love during his last days. It's more money than him. Even Robin's stem cell treatment expenses for a baby. Help Trisha Comrie recover from amputations. Even more money than that. My God, man. That is so crazy. How do you spell her name? Comrie? Oh, here she is. So, Help Sarah Comrie fight being branded a Karen. My niece, last update at the bottom. My name is Bob Rowe. Last week, my niece Sarah Sarah Comrie. You know what? I don't care, man. Let's donate $100 to her. I'm not tipping GoFundMe. I'm sick and tired of that. I gotta shut this off so you guys don't see my credit card information. Hold on, Bubs. Okay, I'll be up 1 second. I'm almost done, okay? Just hang tight for 1 minute. So let me put in my information here. Oops. I'm going to donate to her $100 because I feel like she was unfairly treated. I think she was labeled as a racist. I think she was not supposed to be let go from her job. I think she was not supposed to be too afraid to live in her home. I don't believe that anybody should have done that. Here we are. I have donated $100 to the Sarah Comrie Fund. Thank you for your donation. Absolutely, 100%. I think it's absolutely insane that she. Here's my donation. Here it is. Boop, right at the top. I wish I could list something. Oh, but of course they're not going to allow people to make comments on here because why? Because she's been doxed. She's been doxed and people are absolutely unfairly painted her as a racist Karen. They have. It was unfair for her. What do you guys think? Could you please, there's still so many things. The mainstream media is finally starting to present the full story, but there are still so many vile things on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. She and her husband have been doxxed and threatened, and people have come to their building. Getting her lawyer on TV has been a big help in getting the truth out, but her entire life remains in limbo over a fucking bike. Shame on anybody who plays a part in this. You know, you guys, this is all about a battle between good and evil, and this is 100% sad. It's a sad story. All right, I'll keep up with the updates, you guys. I'll keep updating you as soon as I hear them. All right, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. Again, my Patreon will be at the end. Please subscribe to Nate the Lawyer. Nate, thank you for letting me use your video. I will make sure that people come subscribe to you. His channel and the original video will be down in the description of this video. Please make sure you go show Nate the Lawyer some love. He puts out such factual, amazing videos. Like, I'm lightweight jealous because mine don't look like that. You do so good, Nate. I didn't even put on my on-air sign today. I'm so lame. All right, I love you all. My name is Just Jen. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.